Good morning, beautiful. Hi, I'm Jordan James, and this is Good Deeds Buffalo. On Good Deeds Buffalo, the Western New York community will nominate someone for their good deed. This person would be involved in the community and often are a beacon of hope and kindness. And by merit, I will select someone to showcase and thank. In this episode of Good Deeds Buffalo, I'll introduce you to Spencer, Peter, and Katie with the Character Council of Western New York to learn what their mission is, how they plan to stay true to that mission, and how you can play a vital part in the city of good neighbors. Of course, I'll get you up to date on all the good events and news happening around town in Jordan's Good Events and News. Then we'll meet Karen Overhoff, the founder of Pete's Pillows, and some of their volunteers, a local nonprofit group that is run completely by volunteers who make over 20 different items for those in need, like pillowcases, masks, preemie hats, receiving blankets, snuggle creatures, and more. Learn why they are doing it and learn how you can get involved and help in this episode of Good Deeds Buffalo. Enjoy the show. Joining me in studio is Spencer, Peter, and Katie with the Character Council of Western New York. So Peter, what is the Character Council of Western New York?
The Character Council of Western New York is a 501c3 nonprofit. It's volunteer-driven, community-wide initiative to foster good character. There was a great need for it in our schools, in our businesses. So they had a summit of hundreds of people, up to 500 people, that met in Hamburg.
Wow. And
through their board of directors and their committees, they created the Character Council of Hamburg. It was incorporated in July of 2001. And then with more work reaching out to schools and communities, we became the Character Council of Western New York in 2010. Wow. Which is really our DBA, our doing business as. So officially we're still Character Council of Hamburg, but doing business as Character Council of Western New York.
Wonderful. And what is the mission of the Character Council of Western New York?
Well, the mission basically is to create a culture of character. People were concerned that TV, movies, music were determining the culture that our children were growing up in. So the mission became to create a culture of character, to have a definitive way of overarching the needs of what we felt our children need as they grow up. So creating a culture of character is the main idea, and starting with me, then we, and community. We start with us. We are all works in progress. We still have long ways to go. We recognize that. We are certainly not character police. We're out there to recognize you for doing good things. We're not out there to point fingers and say, you know, this and this and this.
We kind of have a similar mission, right? To encourage people to do the good things that you should do, right? And to build a stronger community. And I'm happy that we're finally able to sit down and have this conversation. Now, Katie, how do you plan on staying true to that mission as you move forward?
So we have focused a lot on schools and character education within schools. With our City of Good Neighbors initiative, we've started to expand that into the broader community. So we're going to continue our mission by supporting communities of character and supporting, people in the community and in businesses that promote good character.
And that's wonderful. Now, you mentioned some partners and things that you work with. Who's working within your organization to make Buffalo a better place?
In the past, we've partnered with organizations such as the Buffalo Bills Alumni Association, West Her Auto Group, the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, and we also have a group of ambassadors who are community leaders, business leaders, school leaders, that work with the board of directors to expand our reach.
And one of those is Kamieniarz Rodriguez, which we've had on the show. He's somebody who shows those characteristics that you guys are talking about, right? To be an ambassador? Absolutely.
And our ambassadors go through a process of, kind of applying to show how they enforce character in their daily lives.
Wonderful. Now, who can join, right? That leads to my next question. Spencer, who can join?
Well, the correct answer is anyone can join. One thing we started a little over a year ago now was the City of Good Neighbors initiative. What we heard often was, how can we get involved? because we're so school focused, there is, maybe limited opportunities on the programmatic side, but the reality is we have supporters everywhere. We have ambassadors like Katie mentioned. We have corporate sponsors. We have individuals. There's 2 different levels as well. So anyone can get involved with the Character Council through the City of Good Neighbors.
Wonderful. Now, what is the City of Good Neighbors? You brought it up. What is that initiative? It's another extension of what you guys are doing, right?
Exactly. It's sort of the public-facing arm of what we do. So we do a number of fundraisers throughout the year, but this is really the chance to really join us from a cultural perspective. You get our newsletters. You learn about what we're doing all across the community, and we hope that more people will join us along the way.
Wonderful. And how can people get involved? Do they just reach out via website or social media?
People can check out our website. Generally, people that are interested make that known to us through the website or through one of our board of directors. And they can start with sending in a resume and a letter of intent, which would be followed by an interview with our nominations committee. And then we would invite them to the next board meeting to see how things work and how they go along. And then there would be an election taken by the board of directors to determine whether that person would be accepted on our board.
Into the board as well.
But people can also volunteer. We have many committees for the events that we have, so anyone can volunteer for any of our events and be a part of that if they don't have the time to commit to being a board member.
Yeah, so leads me to the next question. If someone doesn't have the time to commit or maybe get involved, how can they donate? How can they get involved that way?
So we have a space on our website where anyone can donate. You can either donate just a dollar amount, or you can donate through the City of Good Neighbors by becoming either a neighbor or a friend of the Character Council. So we have a lot of opportunities in addition to just volunteering, if that may not be an option.
Wonderful. Now, I heard there's some events that are coming up. Can you tell me about the next event you have planned, Spencer?
Well, the next big one is we are planning a meat raffle. It will be coming next year, so it should be a great opportunity. It'll be our first time running one, so we have a lot of learnings, but we hope we have a lot of engagement as well.
Wonderful. Meat raffles are always a good time. You get to have fun and get to go home with a bunch of meat. Who doesn't like that, right? So anything you wanted to add to today's interview? I know we covered quite a bit.
Well, some of the other events we have, that'll be the next one, but then after that we have a scholarship dinner. We were lucky enough to be contacted by a man from out of state, actually Michigan, wanted to become involved with us and has offered and donated over the past 10 years a great amount of money for us to give scholarships to seniors in high school that go through a process of writing an essay dealing with character. So that would be following the meat raffle. And then we have a character chase, the 3rd Saturday of July. It's the same morning of Hamburg Burger Fest. So people come and race, and then they take part in the Hamburg Burger Fest, which is a great day. We've had wonderful weather, and we would like to see even more people come out and take part in that.
You're definitely out there having these core events, which are going to get people involved. And again, thank you for coming on the show. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Spencer, Katie, and Peter. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
When we return, it's time for Jordan's Good Events and News. Then we'll meet an inspiring group of volunteers with Pete's Pillows when we return. Welcome back to Good Deeds Buffalo. Joining us now is Karen Overhoff, the founder of Pete's Pillows, and 2 volunteers, Sally and Pam. So Karen, what is Pete's Pillows?
Pete's Pillows is a nonprofit organization that was established about 4 years ago, and we make 20 different things, not just pillowcases, for many of the local charities.
Wonderful. And why did you start Pete's Pillows?
About 6 years ago, my significant other, whose name was Pete, had a back surgery, and it ended up that it affected all his nerve endings, and he wasn't able to do anything from that point on. So really, he was confined to a bed and just immobile. And so I thought it would be really fun to make a pillowcase just to surround him with love when other people weren't there. And he was a very shy kind of guy, so I wasn't sure how he'd take it. But by the time I got to Easter bunnies, it was kind of the joke of what is she going to think up next? And so when he passed away, it was kind of, what do we do from here with the pillowcase and the pillow idea? And so I went to Ronald McDonald, where we both had volunteered for years, and they helped me.
Oh, wow.
At that time, Lynn Hughes, who was in charge of, she was the home manager, she helped me design what became Pete's Pillows, and now we have grown into not only just working with Ronald McDonald and not just with O'Shea, but the NICU at Sisters and Sleep in Heavenly Peace and
And
lots
so
of
many
other places.
organizations.
Yes.
Which kind of leads to my next question, Sally. Where are we today? You know, who are we working with? And I mean, we're putting out a lot more now than we were before.
A lot more. Besides Ronald McDonald House and O'Shea, we work with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We give them pillowcases every month. We work with Gerard Place in Buffalo, with their apartments over there and with their community endeavors there as well. We help out Grace House, which is in South Buffalo.
A Hope Project as well.
Oh, Hope Project.
You know,
yeah.
really, anytime there's been a need from some of the charities, we've been fortunate enough that if they've asked us to do something, the Youth Bureau,
The Youth Bureau in Lancaster,
You
we've
know,
helped.
Sisters Hospital, did you mention Sisters Hospital, the NICU
No,
unit
the
at
NICU there.
At Sisters Hospital?
Wow. And Pam, is there a personal reason for you that you're involved in, you know, with the organization?
Well, I've known Karen for a long time, and I've known Sally not quite as long, but a long time. And when Karen decided that she was interested in this, I've sewn for years. Being retired, I thought, yeah, I can do this. And everybody always says, when you're in retirement, what are you going to do? And there's so much need out there that this certainly has developed into something that I don't think any of us anticipated. But it's just a way to give back to the community and doing something that I love to do anyway. So
Yeah,
happy to
so
do it.
you're in this, essentially you guys get together once a week and you knit and you craft and you sew and you make these things for people in need, right?
right?
And it doesn't take much skill set. If you're somebody who's retired and maybe need something to do, those are the perfect people.
Well, and we even have people that are from out of Buffalo that
Oh,
will
wow.
make things and send stuff to us, or we have people that for one reason or another can't come on a Monday, so they'll do whether sewing or knitting at home, and we pick things up. So it really has spread.
Yeah, and I spent some time with you guys. I got to come by and visit where you guys do this all. This is all from Karen's home. And one thing I noticed is when it's time to get going, they're going. There's a sewing machine set up here, there's a table of them all here, and you guys turn into an army.
Yeah, a little sweatshop.
A little sweatshop, right?
Yeah.
But for good. And it was emotional to see you guys in action, to be honest. To the dedication it took each of you to do your part. It was set up like a system and there was somebody having a role.
Yeah.
Karen, what does it mean to have the support from your neighbors and your new friends in this endeavor?
To me, it's amazing. To me, I never ever dreamed out of the first pillowcase that we rolled out that we'd end up having maybe 30 people helping and working at home and in different places, and the friendships we built. I mean, I think you sensed that not more than anything, but to a great extent when you were with us. Because all of a sudden, I mean, you were lucky we didn't make you so too, but we gave you dessert.
Yes, absolutely.
But, you know, whoever walks through that door is part of our group, and we care, and people come and go, people sew from home, but it's the looks on people's faces when they get these things. We drop them off. We never really see much
result.
of what happens after that. We only know what they tell us, but it gives you such a good feeling, and I just love it. That's the only thing I can tell you. You know, and really through Pam, we went to the SPCA as well.
Yeah.
So that's a whole story in itself. So.
Yeah, did you want to talk about the SPCA? I know you mentioned you guys are now working with them.
We do a little bit with them. It's more of one of my ventures. My son passed away, and so one of the ways that I try to keep his memory going is through donations to the SPCA, through making of bandanas and dog collars and leashes and things like that, and then a portion from each one goes to the SPCA in his memory, and we do the yearly walk with them, which is turned into a walk from developed
Pillows.
from Pete's Pillows walks and Ronald McDonald and all these friends that have just rallied together. And if anything, I've just realized the connections and how so many groups are connected, and you might only know one other person in it, but that's all it takes, is to bring the connection there.
Absolutely, and I'm sorry to hear about losing your partner Pete and your son. It's so interesting. These are pivotal times though in your life when you chose to do something good. And isn't that beautiful? To something so terrible and sad and to turn it into something awesome. I thought about this earlier and it made me cry. If it wasn't for your organization, there are many people that wouldn't have clean pillowcases and sheets on their bed.
Yeah.
And those are basic things most people take for granted. So again, thank you for doing what you guys are doing. How can people pitch in and get involved? Kind of like I did.
Well, if you contact us for one thing,
Yeah.
that would be wonderful. If you have a donation of material or something like that that you're kind of looking for a good home for. If you love to make tied blankets, bring them to us and we'll make sure they get to the right place. We'll ask you where you want them to go. There's so much that people can do at home to get involved, whether they want to be with us on Monday morning or they want to work from home. But we'd love to have you.
Wonderful. And it's
We'd love
best.
to have you back again.
Absolutely. I know I'm going to go back.
We may
There was
put you to
such a-
work next time.
I mean, I'm
Still
down.
give you dessert.
As long as I get dessert. And I'm definitely going to come back because what I noticed about the group is the sense of community. And there really is a strong community there, and it's good to have that. So people can donate. Now, should they reach out to you via email or Facebook is usually the best way to reach out to you?
Yes, or they can send me an email directly if they want to. It's my name, Karen Overhoff, @roadrunner.com.
Perfect. And we'll have all that information on our website at gooddeedsbuffalo.tv. Was there anything that you guys wanted to add to today's conversation?
Well,
Nothing.
I just feel what I notice is that so many people say that they don't know what they're going to do in their time, and there's so much need out there. And just find one little thing that's important to you. And as Karen's a perfect example, before you know it, you're helping so many people. There's so much out there to do for people.
Yeah.
That
I totally agree. And again, what were the obviously people could donate money, but what were other ways that they can help? Material, right? They could donate materials, fabrics,
Sure, yarn.
yarn.
We need an
Polyfill.
ironing board.
We do need an ironing board.
We have 2 going, as you noticed, but we could use a 3rd. But yes, polyfill is huge because we make what we call the creatures, and those are made of socks, which are sent to the NICUs or to the floors at Oshai for the children to hold when they're in the procedures. So there's really, there's so many things that we can use, ribbons and rickrack and
You name it, you'll take it.
We don't
Well,
waste too much.
no.
Wonderful. We'll be right back with a surprise for Karen and Pete's Pillows. Stay tuned. This is really my favorite part of the show because I get to give back to those who give without asking for anything in return. So I asked on my Facebook page for some help making something special happen for you guys. And as a small token of our appreciation for what you do for Western New York, Astonishine absolutely loves what you are doing for Western New York. And so we want to give you this $100 gift card to use towards supplies or whatever you need because we know you do this out of your own home, and that's a lot. So here you guys go.
Awesome, thank you.
Again, a small token of our appreciation for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And because we know that you do this out of your own home, they'd like to also give you a free carpet cleaning service for up to 3 rooms. Just
Wow.
for everything that you
Awesome.
do.
goodness.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Absolutely, here you go.
Thank you.
Cool.
For you, Karen, again,
Thank you.
they wouldn't be able to do what you guys do without you, and hopefully this shows you how much we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Now you can call Astonishine for bath, kitchen refinishing, bathtubs, surrounds, tile and grout, countertops and cabinets, carpet furniture and hard surface floor cleaning. Call them at 716-844-2802. Again, I want to thank today's guests, Spencer, Simon, and Katie with the Character Council of Western New York. Karen Overhoff and your volunteers, thank you with Pete's Pillows for what you're doing for Buffalo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to thank our gift sponsor, Sana Shine, and I want to thank WBBZ TV for their support. You can learn how to help the Character Council of Western New York and Pete's Pillows online at gooddeedsbuffalo.tv. Until next time, I'm Jordan James, and this is Good Deeds Buffalo. Thanks for watching. Remember, hate is in the moment, love is forever.